we've got the three giants. We've got Honda, we got Suzuki, and we got Yamaha.
Where are they and how are they placed?
They are here, but I don't know where they are, like what they are doing. Electrics, that is not the case. You can't just go to any pump and then just quickly charge it and then leave. So infrastructure is one of the main things that has held back the electric industry for us.
Hello and welcome to Carandbike. Me and Janak are back discussing two-wheelers today, and we are tackling a very important segment of two-wheelers in this discussion, which is the commuter segment. More specifically, we're talking about electric scooters in this segment. Now, India's commuter segment for decades has been defined by reliability, affordability, and fuel efficiency. But with rising fuel costs, more tighter emission norms, and a segment of buyers who look for smarter tech, easy use, are gravitating towards electric scooters. The future is certain that the commuter segment will have a lot of electric scooters dominating in the years to come, isn't it?
True.
And what we have seen in the electric scooter segment in India particularly is that a lot of startups were the first movers. Like Ather Energy, for example.
For example, like you said, Ather was one of the brands that introduced or they entered in the market in 2018. And while there were a couple of electric brands, startups that were already present in the market, but Ather was the brand that set the foundation for what a proper, thorough electric two-wheeler should be. And it is a brand that did a lot of homework before they got in the market. Following that, we also had TVS, which came up with the iQube. That was in 2019. Then we also had Bajaj. They started up with the Chetak brand, and the Chetak, which we have today, is a well-refined product, something from the mainstream brands who took their sweet time to get into it.
Correct.
But having said that, the phase from where it started with the electric two-wheeler brands, with the startups and then with the mainstream brands, it has been a process that has taken over time to gradually grow. And it has, with time, it has gotten itself introduced in the market. People are also opting from ICE scooters to electrics. And they're understanding the fuel savings and everything that are coming with it.
Correct. So 2018, Ather Energy, a startup which was actually started in college by three friends in IIT Madras.
Right.
They started their first prototypes in college, and after college they founded this company, did their homework, did their prototyping, did their benchmarking, and they focused on the product first before coming to market. With the result, Ather, brought by a bunch of young engineers, really set the game, set the benchmark for the electric scooter segment in India. Then the legacy players came in the picture. TVS, known for fantastic engineering in the petrol part segments, came up with the iQube. Not a very flashy scooter in terms of design, but it did its job and it did it well.
True.
iQube, that's why is one of the more popular electric scooters.
I feel that the iQube is something like the electric derivative of what the Jupiter stands in the market.
Correct.
You have a very similar ergonomics, the touch and feel and the kind of emotion and the character that the iQube offers, obviously in electric form, is very close to what the family scooter Jupiter offers.
Universally appealing design, not very flashy.
True.
Not very focused on youngsters only. It found universal appeal amongst different age groups. Great ride and handling dynamics like most of TVS's scooters and motorcycles. And it did its job, 80 kilometers per hour top speed.
True. Yeah.
So it did its job. That's why it's one of the more popular electric scooters. Now, followed by TVS, Bajaj Auto, which has for years said that we will not
get into electrics.
But or we will not get into scooters.
Yes, true.
We will not get into scooters. Bajaj from the 80s, 70s and 80s, which was primarily a scooter-oriented company.
They were the biggest, sorry to cut you in, but then they were the boss, they were the top honchos of the market, wherein people used to book those scooters, the Chetaks, back then, and they used to wait for years. And then eventually one day your number will come up and that's when you'll get the scooter.
Correct.
So,
but Bajaj decided no more scooters, but now in the electric era, the Chetak has been revived in an electric form, and it is also a very well-rounded product in the electric segment, isn't it?
I feel the Chetak is it's got the perfect blend of retro styling. You've got the electric side of the powertrain, and it has also held in the ethos of how the Chetak was, like the round headlamp. It's a nice evolved version. Then even the smooth flowing lines and everything, it just feels very cohesive, complete, and it is a stylish looking scooter. If you look at a Chetak, it definitely looks striking.
Yeah.
You want to enjoy it, and it's something that even a young guy, a young person also can ride it, and also someone, your parents in the family or anyone, they also will enjoy it. It's got a very sweet balance of how it appeals to the buyer.
Correct. And also the powertrain, the way the throttle moves, the way the ride quality. The Chetak is quite well rounded in the respect, isn't it? It's not very fast, it's not a very quick scooter.
True.
Quick electric scooter. But the ride quality is sublime, the handling is very balanced. The Chetak has got a lot of boxes which it ticks.
While the iQube and the Chetak are very much family focused, something like how you would have a scooter at home which is ridden by multiple members of the family.
Correct.
Ather with the 450X,
Correct.
which was the first product, and followed by that the other products that came in the picture. You also have the Rista, which is a family style scooter, but then the 450X was something that brought in the market wherein the fun factor of an EV, because till then you had EVs, but then either they weren't powerful or they had a very limited range to offer. Ather was offering a good mix of both. It was a well finished product.
Correct.
It was sporty, it was dynamic, it was feature packed, and with going with the current generation, you want connected features and a lot of jazzy, a lot of connected things wherein you want to be able to access the cloud, and there are a lot of things that come with it. So that is also a different aspect what Ather has brought to the market.
Yeah.
This is something which was not there before, but then with the influx of electric vehicles, a lot of that technology has also come in the other motorcycles or the normal scooters that we have in the market.
If you look back in 2018, the Ather was the first one which provided you the performance, like you said, navigation on the screen,
right?
Touch screen there, the Ather network of charging network, the Ather grid. Those are still unheard of today for many electric scooter brands. TVS has it now. Vida is starting now.
Yes, Vida is starting now.
But right. Ather is a brand which focused on one product for several years. The Rista came much later. The 450, the 340 first came. Then the 450 came, the 450X came, the 450 Plus came. All different derivatives of the same platform essentially. But Ather Energy as a brand focused on the product, focused on getting the basics right, the network right, the dealerships right. You walk into any Ather showroom today, you will feel that you're walking into a premium showroom. It's there to stay, and it's been there since 2018. And not many Ather owners, customers are unhappy with the product till date.
Yeah, and I feel, for that, it goes a lot to how the brand approaches the customer, the kind of mindset that they come with. Because when you are coming in the market and you are talking about the world's biggest two-wheeler market right now, so there is a lot that happens wherein the trust is what is to be earned. There is a lot of, you have a big diversity of buyers in the market.
Right.
And with the electric infrastructure is a very important factor. Till now, till the time you had regular scooters and motorcycles, you just had to go to the fuel pump, fill it up and then shut it. And then whenever you are about to hit the reserve, you will have a good network of fuel stations.
Right.
But electrics, that is not the case. You can't just go to any pump and then just quickly charge it and then leave. So infrastructure is one of the main things that has held back the electric industry for us.
Right.
And with time, yes, a lot of brands which was started with Ather with the infrastructure for charging stations, other brands have also adopted it. And the overall understanding, the education that is required to understand how electrics work and how you complete the loop of an electric That is something which people are learning with time. Brands are also understanding the importance of educating their buyers, and obviously, like I mentioned about the infrastructure.
Right.
So all of this does make an important part of it.
Right. But when you talk about startups like Ather, we can't ignore another startup which is again similar ethos, which is River.
Oh, I like that brand.
Yeah. River also has got the basis, the fundamentals right. The first scooter, the River Indy, is a very well-rounded product again. Very practical, no nonsense product. Quirky styling, yes, but it looks good, feels good. And you look at walk into a River showroom, it feels like you're walking into a premium showroom. It gives you that confidence as a consumer. You walk into a showroom, River showroom, it will give you that confidence. Okay, this brand is here to stay. This brand has got my back. That is the feeling. That's the feeling of quiet confidence brands like Ather and River will give you, isn't it?
True. As a product, I definitely like how quirky it is. It is offered in a lot of colors. And then the third part is that how it is focused on utility. It is, besides the whole part of commuting, you can also use it to carry a lot of payload. You can probably even set up a kind of a small business also on it, because the kind of it is engineered with that thought process.
Right.
You can use the storage space and everything is so optimized in the way how it has been done. And now with the latest update, with the 2.5 version of the Indy, they have actually improved that scooter even more.
Yeah.
It is so much nicer to ride, and it feels also good. It has got good dynamics.
Yeah.
It's got big chunky wheels, so you don't feel that you are riding something which is a simple EV or something. It has got a nice premium touch to it.
It's
That's
a
what I
case
say,
of
yeah.
a good product getting even better.
Yeah.
River, Ather, these are two startups which have really set benchmarks in the electric scooter market. Products don't feel like they've cut corners anywhere. You touch and feel an Ather scooter or a River Indy, for example, today in the whole electric scooter ecosystem, they feel like premium products for sure. Again, talking about the startup ecosystem, one brand which has really made a lot of noise, made a lot of statements. We're talking about no other than Ola Electric, very different strategy.
Yeah.
No physical dealerships.
Yeah.
You order an Ola online. We first rode the Ola S1 Pros and the S1s.
Right.
Product-wise, what do you think of initial thoughts about the Olas?
Product-wise, it was a very quick scooter.
Yeah.
It has been a very quick scooter and quite a dynamic scooter as well. Something that when it came in the market, it came in with a wave.
Yeah.
Bringing in, it attracted a lot of customers, and it sold a lot. And people were, I would say that, they were fascinated by the kind of performance it was offering.
Yeah,
the
it was
big
a great
screen
product.
and everything.
Yeah.
It was something that was just unheard of in the market.
Quirky design, great dynamics, good performance. The Ola scooters had a lot going for it.
True. But then the thing is that I feel that how Ola has, approached the market is it is something that they made a product, they had it ready, they sold it to you. But then after that, what? You want to be in this market. Is one of the biggest markets in the world. So there is an entire section of ownership experience. It's the after sales experience of building the trust and keeping it and maintaining it. So that is something which Ola has not been able to, keep where the promises that they have given to us.
Correct.
So that is something which, it's, and it's not a nice feeling, you are spending a good amount of money to buy.
If you look at customer satisfaction amongst all the electric two-wheeler brands in India at the moment, probably Ola has the least customer satisfaction indices right now.
Yeah, true.
Talking about legacy brands, we talked about how TVS started with the iQube. Now TVS has come with the Orbiter.
Yeah.
A slightly slower spec, slower speed scooter.
Yeah, it's a slower speed version. It's a much simpler version. The whole.
Yeah. And we talked about Bajaj, but there's one more brand, the world's largest two-wheeler manufacturer in the ice age, which is Hero MotoCorp. They have in fact done something different. They have built a new brand for electric scooters called Vida. Completely new brand. They are Vida with the V1. They have
the V1S was the one that they engaged in the market with.
Right.
But then there was like the pandemic happened. But then after that, they have taken the time, and now we have got the VX1 now.
VX1.
Yeah, and that is a much refined version of it.
Yeah, it's a
The
great
quality
scooter.
levels are good.
Very good.
And we had a chance to also spend again time with the scooter at a recent jury round.
Right.
And it was quite a enjoyable scooter with good dynamics, good touch and feel to go with.
Right.
What was your experience with that?
The VX1 is actually quite a well-rounded scooter. They also offer you battery as a service where you can pay as you go, like your prepaid mobile phone, so to speak, something like that. And VX1, great performance, great dynamics, looks. In fact, I found the looks much better than the V1 or the V2.
Oh yes, the headlamp designs, everything has been improved. They've made the overall product even better than what it was.
With the VX1, in the next couple of years, it'll be interesting to see where the Vida brand goes as far as the electric scooter segment is concerned. 3-4 years earlier, there were a lot of startups flooding the market, isn't it, in the electric scooter segment particularly?
Yeah, there are a good number of brands. Every week or every second week, we would have some or the other brand coming up with their electric scooter in the market.
Some of them made the right statements, made the right moves, but today they are not to be seen anywhere. Some of them have weathered the storm, are still there, but have not really had the success of what your Ather has been able to establish, or even the legacy brands, for example. Case in point, Ampere.
Yes.
Ampere Electric had the Nexus, isn't it? Nexus.
Yeah, Nexus is the latest product that they have in their product portfolio.
Good product, great ride quality. Overall, it's a likable electric scooter, but Ampere has its own share of problems with the FAME subsidies, isn't it?
FAME subsidies, and yes. And also, I think while it feels like a nicely rounded product, but I think in terms of its powertrain, it's the range which has not been it's been a weak point when it comes to that vehicle.
Correct. Another startup which started on a very promising note was the one from Simple Energy.
Oh yes.
The first gen you and I both rode, right? First gen, great looking scooter. Of course, we rode the pre-production version many years ago. Recently, we rode again the updated
version. Yeah, what Gen 2.5 or something.
Gen 2.5.
Yeah, the Gen 2.5. That's what. So while dynamically that scooter was pretty much sorted back then as well.
Yeah.
It was more of the UI part which the brand was held back with and was struggling with. But I think they have pretty much sorted that out as well. And from the looks of it, the brand has started to finally get into other states as well. Before it was very much focused and constricted to Bangalore.
Yeah.
But then now they have finally opened up and they are finally reaching to different states. So it is a good product that was designed, and now people are getting to buy it and get a good feel of that Simple one.
Simple Energy had great things going for the brand when it was launched with the first generation Simple One. I mean, first ride, pre-production, prototype, we rode, very impressive. Of course, it had its small shortcomings being a prototype. And 2.5 also, the product is quite impressive, quite likable, but as a brand, Simple has been really slow in a dynamic market like the electric scooter market, when there are already established players like Ather, River, your TVS with the iQube, Chetak from Bajaj, now Vida has come up with. Simple really need to pull up their socks, and the way things are going, great product, yes, but you don't get that sense of quiet confidence that the Ather or a River will give you, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. It is something that has been missing from the brand.
It needs to
it has to have a good establishment, but I feel that probably they also have understood that, because at the launch of the Simple One 2.5, you remember they had also unveiled the Simple Ultra. That's a very interesting understanding with the kind of powertrain that they're offering. Something with a 400-kilometer range, something which is unheard of.
It's just been unveiled, Janak. The problem I feel with Simple Energy is that we rode the Simple One prototype 3 years ago. Even today, the footprint is across the country is non-existent. Great product, all the right moves, yes, but brand equity, not so much. Simple Energy really needs to pull up their socks. Ultra, promising product, highest range ever on an electric scooter.
Yeah.
But is it launched? Not yet. When will it come to market? We don't know. Going by past record, it could take 2 years, it could take 3 years, it could take 4 years. So Simple needs to pull up their socks. You need to have the trust of the customers. You need to expand your footprint. You need to have presence everywhere like Ather has today. Trust is something customer will get, then your product will be sorted. But the Ultra again, 400 kilometer range, yes, you unveiled it, you announced it, but how many years will it take to come to market is a big question we don't know yet. That's been the problem with Simple One. So many years, it's available in small pockets, not everywhere. Now, by March, they are promising some 80, 90 footprint across the country. We'll have to wait till March to see how much.
Yeah, it's a matter of wait and watch
Wait and
with
watch.
this brand.
So, as things stand today, Simple is taking it slow and steady maybe, but too slow and too steady. They need to buck up a little bit. It's a dynamic market, the electric scooter market.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, in all this whole scenario, Janak, there's something which has been missing till very recently in the electric scooter market. These brands have been dominating the petrol part, the ICE segment, the two-wheeler segment, not just scooters, motorcycles, for years in the 80s.
True.
Are the Japanese brands. Where are they and how are they placed today?
They are here, but I don't know where they are, like what they are doing. We've got the three giants. We've got Honda, we've got Suzuki, and we got Yamaha. So Honda had the QC1 and the Activa E. I don't know what they were thinking when they decided to launch it, and then how they decided to go with the battery configuration. The QC1 is quite a dud. It barely builds any speed, and the kind of what the concept was with the scooter, like you had a removable battery in the Activa E, and then you had a fixed battery in the QC1, which should have been the other way around.
And top speed of 50 kilometers per hour in this day and age.
It's actually more like it's unsafe to be having a top speed of that's limited to just 50.
And this is from a brand which had the largest selling, highest selling motorcycle, the Hero Honda CD100.
Yes.
And still has the highest selling petrol powered scooter, the Honda Activa. You have a brand like the Activa, you bring out an electric version of it.
Someone with that much knowledge and understanding of the industry, of how it functions, it's surprising that how they missed.
I think the Japanese brands have got their electric strategy as far as India is concerned, the Indian market is concerned. And mind you, India is the largest two-wheeler market in the world. The electric strategy from Japanese giants have been a little skewed. Again, Suzuki E-Access, we rode it, great scooter, but pricing really out of the ballpark. At that price, it's one of the more expensive electric scooters. I don't think they have got their strategy correct. At that price, the E-Access is...
I think they're still very conservative of how they're approaching the market. Like, they have been around for the longest time. And it's funny that despite all the understandings and the knowledge and the strategies that have worked for them to be the market leaders with ICE motorcycles and scooters, with the electric side of things, a lot of startups and other legacy brands that we spoke of in the start of the podcast, how they have also evolved. They have also caught up with the times, because the changing market, it's a fast evolving market when it comes to electrics. And these Japanese brands also need to pull up their socks and
absolutely.
come
I think
up,
the strategy has been a
little
too conservative. They need more aggression, quicker turnaround times. I think decision making needs to be quicker. Product strategy needs to be more streamlined with market realities, rather than thinking about, we sell the highest selling scooter in the country, which is the Activa, and make an electric version, it will sell. We sell the highest selling 125cc scooter in the market, which is the Suzuki Access. We make a E-Access, it will sell. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. And I think even Yamaha, for that matter, Yamaha is known as a performance brand, and they've got a tie-up with River, of course. And their version of the River Indy is going to be more expensive. It is more expensive.
And also less practical than what the River Indy is. So there's a quick question mark to how those things are working out. Then you also have the electric Aerox E.
Correct.
We had a good understanding of what the pricing is going to be. And going by that, I think the brand also decided that they didn't want to launch it then. So given where the Aerox sits, it's a sporty scooter, and then you have the Aerox E, but with the kind of pricing that they wanted to launch it at, it is not how it's going to work. Is you want to still, these brands know how to capture the market and then, you know, work on it and then, you know, use that to their benefit. But then this is a different strategy that they are going with. It's something which is not quite how the Japanese do it.
So that's the way the electric scooter segment stands today, and future, next 12 months, the brands to look out for will be Vida, because it's scaling up like anything. Vida is going to be one of the players to look out for. Ather, the way they're ramping up, expanding network, next 12 months, Ather will be in a different league for sure. Rista's come, they're going to come out with another mass market product, I believe.
Yes, they are working on that as well.
Another mass market product.
They have a well thought of planned approach of where they are at, how they have come, and what they want to offer next.
Correct.
They are studying the market as they are progressing, and they are very honest about how they are being with their customers, with the buyers. They are being very open with how things are working, how everything is going with the company. So that automatically, you know, builds a lot of trust with the customers.
Ather has a lot of going for it. They've got the brand strength. They've got R&D superiority, because the R&D, the background, the homework has been really strong on Ather's part. And new manufacturing facility coming up, mass market product coming up, rapid expansion of the network across the length and breadth of the country. Ather is one brand as a startup which is really taking the slowly and steadily, not very aggressively, not with promises to the consumer, but slowly, steadily, which has made the right moves in the electric scooter segment. Simple Energy, again, big question mark, timelines. Great product, yes, but scaling up, footprint expansion, big question mark there still.
Right.
And of course, Chetak, steady. iQube, steady. TVS already has the Orbiter now, which can be used for gig workers as well.
Yes.
It's that kind of a product which has been positioned in that segment. And of course, if you look at the electric motorcycle, that's a discussion for another day. We'll talk about it separately. But as things stand today in the electric scooter market, this is where it is. You let us know your thoughts on which electric scooters do you think are doing well, or will you be confident putting down your money on, and which electric brands, according to you, give you that confidence that, okay, this company has my back, is there for the long haul.
So that was a quick podcast on the current scenario of electric two-wheelers in the market, the ups and downs of which brands are doing good, which brands need to buckle up. So if you have liked it, do give it a thumbs up and do share it with your friends who are looking to buy a new electric scooter at home. So I am Janak, that's Preetham, and you're watching Car and Bike. Thanks for watching.